Every day we encounter many people without saying a word to them. Imagine being able to share the gift of joy with them, to bring a smile to their face or give them a spark of inspiration. Without saying a word, you can positively impact their life by simply wearing a humanity. Humanity also offers a unique approach to engage friends in enlightened conversation, all while exhibiting classic style. These shirts have been pre-shrunk to maintain their shape and pigment after washing. You will find this shirt is neither too light nor too heavy for your usual daily activities. Whether you're into casual lounging, active layering, or just want the softest t-shirt against your skin, you'll be pleasantly surprised by this traditional tee. To view our diverse product line, visit our website and click on the Humanity tab. Humanity, the very best in inspirational apparel.
But untying. And so the universe then has no choice. First attribute of the secret place. The secret place is a place of revelation. It makes you free because it awakens you and makes you consciously aware that everything that you thought was holding you is an illusion. Good evening, everybody. Good evening and welcome to Sunday Night Empowerment. This is the Emerge movement, a global movement that is empowering people on their journey towards spiritual wholeness. You've just tuned into the most powerful place on the planet, for this is the place where you receive inspiration and insight, revelation, and understanding that will help you to create the kind of life that you want to live and to be the very best version of yourself that you can possibly be. I am so glad that you chose to come and join us in this conscious conversation on tonight. I know we're a little bit late coming on, but we are here nonetheless, and I am ready to have the conversation with those of you who have joined me tonight. I pray that today has just been splendiferous, that you've had an absolutely marvelous, fantastic, and magnificent day, and that now the ground is tilled and your hearts are open and your minds are ready to receive impartation, encouragement, and enlightenment tonight. I'm looking forward to being able to share with you in this conscious conversation. As I do every single night, I'm going to ask those of you who are on with me right now, please share this broadcast on your page. Hit the share button. It takes you about 30 seconds to do so. When you do so, all of the people who are following you page, and you know you got followers, they will be able to join you in this conscious conversation and tune in, whether they're watching it on live or whether they come back and watch it on the replay. Likewise, while you are sharing it on your page, if you happen to think of a few people that you think would really enjoy being a part of the live conversation, go ahead and tag them in the comments. You can tag as many people as you choose to, because we want to include as many people as desire to end this conversation so that we can have a good, complete, and robust conversation with those who are on with us tonight. So go ahead, tag them right now in the comments. Tag as many people as you like. And while you're tagging as well, please make sure that you hit the notification button up there above at the corner of the screen so that you can be notified every time that we're getting ready to come on the air, so you don't miss not one broadcast that we do. Likewise, if you want to receive a notification to your phone, I encourage you to go ahead and take advantage of our free text notification. That's right. It's absolutely free. It's scrolling at the bottom of your screen. All you have to do is text the word emerge to 833-444-0163. Emerge to 833-444-0163, and you will automatically be enrolled in our absolutely positively free text notifications, and you'll receive a text to your phone every time we're getting ready to come on the air. Now, I'd like to also give you the opportunity and invite you, if you will, to go and visit our website. The web address is on your screen right now, www.aimministriesinternational.org. There you will find the home of the Emerge movement. And you'll be able to find out more about what this movement is all about, what our vision is, what our mission statement is, as well as other information about this particular movement, as well as go shopping at our online store that we have there, where you can pick up a copy of my new book, Words to Live By, or you can shop through the various inspirational apparel. We have everything from sweatshirts, t-shirts, sweatpants, and hats, and other kinds of nice apparel and paraphernalia that you'll be able to buy over there as well. Please patronize the shop, if you will, as you go over there. Now, while you are reading through the page, or even after hearing and participating in this conversation tonight, if you should decide that you'd like to become a part of the Emerge movement, we would love to have you partner with us. All you have to do is shoot me an email to the email address that's on your screen right now, and include 3 simple words: I want in. That's it. When you send me your email, I'll send you out an information packet that gives you all of the breakdown and the insight and in-depth knowledge of what partnership is all about, what Emerge is all about. We include a partnership agreement, and once you've perused over the information there, you simply sign the partnership agreement and email it back to me, and right away you become a full partner with the Emerge movement. I'm sure that you will love being a part of this family. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you join in with this movement. We are on a mission to reach the world with information, insight, and revelation to free them from the vestiges and the bondages of religion, dogma, of cultural, environmental, and traumatic bondages, and to really liberate them to live in the divinity of their own being. That is their divineness, as they are spirits that are consciously aware of themselves being human. This is very, very important. It is important that you understand that you are the image and the likeness of God, that you are the offspring of God, that you are God manifested in 3-dimensional form, that there is nothing broken in you, nothing that has to be cast aside or looked over. God doesn't need to look beyond your fault to see your need. You have no need, no want, no lack or scarcity, and your faults, the things that you call faults, are really just opportunities for you to grow, expand, and learn and stretch. But that when God looks at you, God sees itself. You are the divine reflection and the experience and expression of God in a 3-dimensional form. So when God looks at you, it sees itself. God looks at itself, and it cannot deny itself, because God is immutable and sovereign in all things, and therefore you represent that immutability and that sovereignty in human form. I want you to hear me tonight, and I'm not going to be on very long tonight, but I just wanted to really go in that same vein that I just mentioned to you just now, and I've been kind of posting about it all day long as I've been busy going about my day, but that just kept being a reoccurring theme and a thought in my mind, and it kept coming up in my spirit to remind all of those who are following me, those connected with the Emerge movement, to recognize and to remember, that is, reconnect with the understanding, with this absolute and solid truth, that you are absolutely, positively, completely enough. You are smart enough. You are strong enough. You're intelligent enough. You're gifted enough. You're talented enough. You're anointed enough. You are more than enough. You are not lacking anything, wanting for anything, needful of anything, but you are and you have everything that is necessary for you to fulfill your original intent or your purpose for being released into this earth and to have this experience in this iteration of your life. You have everything that is necessary. You have all the skills, all the tools, all the ability, all the giftings, all the talent, and yes, even all the resources that are necessary for you to live out your dream, to bring your imaginations into manifestation. You just need to learn how to access who you are, what you are, and what you have so that you can release it and walk in your divinity. While you may exist as a human, you got to live like a God. Let me say it again. While you may exist as a human, as a three-dimensional form, recognize that you don't live as a human, but you live like a God, like the God that you are, like the divine spirit that you are, like the omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, and omniactive divine spirit that you absolutely are. You are not bound. You are not limited. You are not boxed in. You are not held back. You are not hindered. You are not apprehended, but you are at liberty. For where the Spirit of the Lord is, did you hear what I just said? Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. There is absolute freedom, and you are that spirit. Do you hear what I'm saying? So that means you are at liberty and that you are free. What'd you say, Paul? Everything is lawful, even though everything is not expedient. There is absolutely nothing that's off limits to me, nothing that I cannot do, cannot have, cannot be. But I do have to use my intuitive knowing to decide what is expedient or what best serves me. But I am not limited by a religion, by a culture, by an environment, or even by my experiences. I'm not limited to anything other than my own mind. With that, those are delusionary cages that you set up for yourselves, limiting you from having the full experience that's available to you as a divine being in this three-dimensional form. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? And the thing that your soul resists more than anything in this world is limitations. Every time you, with your conscious, cognizant mind, begin to place barriers and boundaries around what your lived experience will be, your soul quakes and aches within you and longs and yearns for the liberty that it was born and sown into. It yearns to be able to step outside of the parameters that you have set within your own mind, to step outside of that illusionary box that you created based upon what you were told by society, culture, or religion or family. It longs to introduce you to a new experience that is expansive, that causes it to stretch and grow and to display its own splendor and power and greatness and majesty. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Your soul wants to blossom. Your soul wants your spirit to be on full display, like a rose sitting on a vase that's on display for all to look at. The soul is seeking to expand and to expound and to stretch itself out so that it can display the majesty, the power, the beauty, and the brilliance of the Spirit of God that you are. I need you to understand just how wonderful, how great, how powerful, how mighty, and how gifted, how brilliant, how beautiful, how magnificent you really are. You're not trying to be better, you are better. You're not trying to be great, you are great. You're not trying to get favor. You don't need that kind of favor. There are different definitions of favor, but most religious people think of favor meaning that you are somehow some poor, pitiful pilgrim, unworthy, sinful, jacked up, toe up from the floor up type person, and God just keeps looking beyond your fault, seeing your need, and doing something for you that you don't deserve. But I'm here to tell you that's not who you are. You deserve every good thing that takes place in your life, all of the goodness that is available within this earth realm. You not only have access to it, but you deserve everything. You deserve every bit of it, every little spot of it. You are not unworthy. You are not unholy. You are not unrighteous. You are not filthy. You are not sinful, but you are divine being having an earthly experience. And as you go through in trial and error, you begin to discern and discover what best serves you and what best suits you. You are not teetering on the edge with a God that is sadistic, masochistic, waiting for you to step off the line or make a mistake so it can punish you or send you and damn you to hell. No, ma'am. No, sir. But you are God manifested in three-dimensional form. And so, since God, you are the reflection and image of God, God is not going to reject, deny itself, but God looks upon you as the soul that is becoming into full conscious awareness of its divine self or its divine nature, a soul that is becoming fully conscious and aware of its divinity and its Godship in the earth. Oh my God, I need you to understand this. You're not broken, you're not bound, you are not in some jacked up state, but you are just a prisoner within your own mind, within your own consciousness, within your own awareness, because you have been taught a lie. You've been told by preachers and told by family members and told by society that something's wrong with you, that somehow you need rescuing, that somehow you need to be pulled out of this and taken out of that, or delivered from this and delivered from that. But I'm here to tell you that the chains that seem to bind you are imaginary. They don't really exist. They only exist in your mind. And you are sitting in a cage that has no lock. You are sitting there with your hands clutched together without anybody holding you, because you are at liberty. You can walk free anytime you get ready. You can live free anytime you get ready. You can have whatever you desire. You can manifest whatever it is that you set your heart and your mind to. You can have it in your life right now, because you're not limited by anything and anybody other than your own mind. So I implore you rather tonight that you be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you get a different mindset about yourself. I don't need you to shift your mind about the outside world yet. I need you to see yourself for who you really are. I need you to shift your mind about who you are, how wonderful wonderful, how great, and how marvelous you are. I need you to stop telling yourself these lies and quit repeating these same old vicious stories that keeping you going around in circles and in cycles because you keep telling yourself that you're dumb, that you're stupid, that you're not smart, that you don't have this and that you cannot. But I'm here to tell you, yes, you can, that you're wonderful, that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and God is not mad at you. God's not upset with you. God is not fighting against you. God is standing with you. And if God be for you, then who in the world can be against you? I'm here to tell you that there is nothing against you. Nothing's happening to you, but everything is happening for you. And even when it seems like chaos and confusion and like things are falling apart, I'm telling you that there is a specific order to everything that's happening in your life. If you just step back and look at it, not with your eyes, but with your eye, yes, and discern what God is doing, you'll begin to recognize that it's a door, a portal, a window that's opening up for you to be able to grow and to stretch and to expand and to evolve and take you into your next step or your next dimension or your next experience. I'm trying to get you to understand who you really are. Hey. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you tonight? Who am I talking to? If you hear me, I need you to holler back at me out there in the comments. I need you to understand it. You're not under attack. There's not a demon, not a devil, not an imp, not a witch, not any other thing that's after you. The boogeyman is a figment of your imagination. Now, have mercy. I know I'm making some church folk mad at me. I said the boogeyman is a figment of your imagination. You around here chasing ghosts and being the ghost buster. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. And who you gonna call? And chasing around demons and devils that are non-existent, when in fact the only demon that you gotta deal with is the demon of your own mind, playing tricks with you, lying to you, deceiving you, and making you think that there's something that's in existence against you when it's really not. If God is for you, nothing can be against you. And if it's not against you, then that means it's for you. And if it's for you, then it means that if I feel like it's against me, it's my own perception that's the problem. And I need to examine, I need to step back. And they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength and then mount up with wings. That means you get a higher perspective. You look from a different perspective, a higher perspective. You raise your vibration so you're able to see things differently, so you're able to perceive it differently, so you're able to understand how this thing comes to serve me, so you're able to see the full scope of the plan, and then you can rejoice in your trouble, in your trial, in your situation, in your circumstance, because then you understand that while it might hurt right now, while it might be painful right now, while it might be difficult right now, while I might be challenged right now, all things are somehow working together for good. Well, I wish I had about 4 or 5 folk that understood what I was talking about tonight. It is all working together for good. Do you hear me? But if you don't have a clear perception of yourself, and I'm not talking about being able to regurgitate the rhetoric, because there are many of you that watch me on the regular, and you can regurgitate the rhetoric. You can put it on post. You put up nice little posts all the time about who you are and who you aren't, and I'm this and I'm that, and you wear the t-shirts and everything like that. Okay, that's all nice. But when you get down to where the rubber meets the road, what are you telling yourself in the time of challenge? When the pressure comes on, when the press is on, when you find yourself under the pressure, under the gun, what are you telling yourself then? Because anybody can quote it, but I need for you to be able to get it down in your being. I need it to be so a part of your coding, Lord, so much a part of your loading and coding in your DNA that it comes up in your mind automatically rather than the ants' automatic negative thoughts. God have mercy. You begin to have automatic positive thoughts. You begin to recognize who you really are. Straighten out your crown. Shift your stance. Put your chest out and say, oh no, this is no, you must have forgot who I am. I'm a God in the earth. God have mercy. I'm not some peon or poor pauper. I'm not some little push aside. I'm a God in the earth. I was made for this. I was created for this. This is even working for me. It's here to serve me. It'll be what I say it is. It'll become what I tell it to become. It'll do what I tell it to do, because I'm the one who is the source of what's causing all things to function in my life. I call the shot. Because when I speak, it's like God speaking. My words are spirit and life. Death and life are in the power of my tongue. My words go out of the vibrational force, shifting around the elements and the particles of every event that takes place and causing it to conform itself to me. Everything has to align itself with who I am. If I'm in depression, then situations align themselves with depression. If I'm angry, then things will align themselves with anger, and I become more angry and more depressed. But if I make the choice that I'm going to be happy, I'm going to rejoice, I'm going to be at peace, then guess what? My situations and circumstances, the elements of everything around me have to conform and shift to align themselves with my peaceful center. If I am the center of peace, then everything around me's got to line up with my peace. Hey, I'm trying to get you to hear me tonight. I came here with a mission. Oh God, to try and get through to you. I felt an urgency all day long to speak this word to those of you who are watching me tonight and those who may watch on replay. To remind you of who you really are, what you really are, what you have, and what you can do. You don't need God to do you a favor. If God was in the business of doing favors for people, now if we were talking about favor from that aspect, from the churchy aspect, he did for me. Woo, Lord, God favors me. Like this. So that means he favors me over somebody else. But God is no respecter of persons. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing to me. He's given to every man the measure of faith. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. So this is not about God somehow liking this one more than he likes another. No, everybody has the same access and the same ability and the same source as everyone else. Whether you're a part of the Christian club, the Buddhist club, the Hindu club, the Taoist club, or no club at all. You can be an agnostic club or atheist club. It doesn't change the fact that you are still a divine being. And you got the same access. And the same possibilities are possible for you. Are you hearing me? You ain't got to compete with nobody. Nobody. God doesn't have any special pick favorites. How could God pick a favorite from himself? Oh, how you going to choose a favorite from yourself? I like my hands more than I do my eyes. What kind of craziness? Huh? Each of us are unique expressions of God, and God has no pick. We all are favored in the sense of favorites, wondrous, glorious, praised of God. I need you to understand that tonight. That's it. I'm through. I'm getting ready to go off there. I told you I wasn't going to be long. I just had this prescient, poignant message that I needed to deliver tonight. I needed you to understand who you are. And I need you to get yourself up out of that depression and out of that heartache and out of that feeling sorry for yourself and low self-esteem. And I don't know why this is happening to me and I can't take no more. Now shut up. Get yourself up and start moving forward and recognize who you are. Stop all that whining and crying. Quit looking for somebody to lay hands or prophesy to you. You don't need a prophet. You don't need hands on you. You just need to wake up and realize who you are. And then speak to yourself. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you tonight? Are you hearing what I'm saying to you tonight? Woo! Hallelujah. Because I'm telling you, there are some of you that are on here right now. You are on the precipice. Oh, good Lord. You are right on the precipice of some of the greatest moments and greatest experiences of your life. I could feel it so intensely throughout the entire day. And I think I posted earlier that some of you, God's getting ready to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind what God is doing right now in you, through you, and as you, because you don't even recognize just how powerful and how great and how magnificent and how brilliant you are. You don't even realize the infinite potential that lies within you, but you're about to find out because there is some pressure that's going to come to bear that's going to cause you to reach into the recesses of your being and pull up some strength and power and talent and skill that you didn't even realize or weren't consciously aware that you had, because you need to be proven to you. Lord, I need to say it again. I said you need to be proven to you. You're not trying to prove anything to anybody else. No, you need to be proven to yourself. You need to get proof of the fact that you are not who you've been calling yourself. You are not what others have called you, or your trauma called you, or your mama called you, or your granddaddy called you, or your ex-husband or ex-wife called you, or anybody else called you. You are powerful. And you're about to find out just how powerful you are. Mind-blowing things, woo, are about to occur in many of your lives that are watching me right now. Mind-blowing. I got to close. I got to tell you this, and then I got to close. I was on my way here to the studio, on my way here to be able to come and speak this word to you. And while I was on my way, and I was moving fast, I ain't gonna even tell you how fast I was driving because I felt so urgent to try and get over here and tell you. But while I was going, all of a sudden, I started hearing doors just. And I know that sounded like a clapping sound, but what it was doors latching open, one after another, after another, after another, after another, and they were open in such rapid succession that it made it sound like it was clapping, because these doors was flinging open. And he was saying, I'm setting before them open doors, opportunities that they have created through their own prayers, through their own meditation, through their own desiring, through their own faith that they've spoken. I'm getting, this is a season of opening doors. And he says, as the doors open, now all you got to do is grab on the courage to leap and step over into that door. And what's on the other side is going to astound you. Do you hear me? Door after door after door. My goodness, I don't normally speak in tongues while I'm on the air, but I'm here to tell you, I just heard that, and it just quickened down in my spirit. And I heard the Spirit of the Lord say, he says that when the door opens and you walk through it, don't get comfortable, because before you can even begin to think about getting comfortable there, the next door will open and it'll be time to move again. And when you get into that one and you think that you're about to get comfortable, the next door is going to open and it'll be time to move again. So don't you put down any stakes. Don't you try and put up a tent. Don't you try and put up a coffee table. Don't you try and get comfortable. Don't open up your sleeping bag, because you're just there long enough to learn what you need to learn, get what you need to get, and move on to the next door. Whoa! Ha! Thank you, Lord. Door after door in quick succession. This is what you've been waiting for. But if you don't recognize who you really are, if you keep talking that negative talk over your own life, you will miss the doors, because you'll be so blinded. You'll look at a door and see it as something to be afraid of. See it as something that's a devil or a demon or something coming against you. See it as something that, that's an illusion. That's a mirage, that it doesn't really exist. You will misinterpret the opportunity and you'll become defensive rather than moving forward. Don't be tied to anything. You're not married to a place. Lord, let me say that again. Great day. I felt that down in my spirit. You are not married to a place. You're not married to a location. You're not married to a particular church, a particular religion. You are not married to any of those things. You are not in a marriage. You don't have a covenant with those places. You are just simply there for the time being in a holding pattern until the next opportunity presents, so that you can move to your place of destiny. Your Ebenezer is still ahead of you. Your Ebenezer is still ahead of you. Your Ebenezer is still ahead of you. So don't you dare dilly-dally in that place for way too long. Some of you have been sitting in the same spot for far too long. It's been time for you to move a long time ago, but you've been hesitant because you keep looking at natural resources, when God in you, the Spirit of God in you, is the source of your supply. I said I was done. Great day, I'm trying to stop. Woo! You're not married to these things. You're not in covenant. You're not in covenant with that location. You're not in covenant with that church, with that religion, with that particular ideology. You're not in covenant with that job. You're not in covenant with it. You keep seeing it as something that you're obligated to when you're not. It's obligated to you. It was a means to an end. It's not the end. It's the means to an end. You made it an end. So you've been sitting there years too long because you feel like you got to. Whoa, shy. Let me stop. I gotta stop. I said I wasn't gonna keep you long. I know it's late. Gotta get up in the morning, you guys who have to get up and go to work in the morning. I'm telling you, You better remember who you are, what you are, how powerful you are, and get your eyes back on the prize and not on all of this temporal stuff. All of it's temporary. Temporary. Temporary home, temporary job, temporary car, temporary friends, temporary church, temporary, all of it, temporary. And anything that you're not willing to relinquish to pursue after the greater, that becomes your God. That becomes your God. You become the idol worshiper because you've made an idol out of a thing. You following the wind and the earthquake and the fire and neglecting the still, small voice. I got to stop. If I don't stop, I'll be on here all night. I'll keep you on for a good 3 or 4 hours. I got to stop. But I need you to hear this word. Those of you watching me on this live, those of you who watching me on the replay, you didn't click the replay by mistake. You are on it because you needed to hear this. This is your wake-up call. This is your clarion call. This is the trumpet sounding in your ear. Time to move. Step into your next. God bless all of you. Listen, I need you to sow tonight. Those of you who are here and those of you watching on replay, you can sow as well. Sow into this ministry. If you were blessed and empowered and encouraged by the word, it's right. It's your privilege and your honor to be able to sow into the vessel that has brought you this word. So I want to give you that honor and that privilege right now. You can use Cashapp, Zelle, or PayPal. Sow your most generous seed as you are led and prompted to do. Those of you who are partners, remember to tithe, give your offering. Tithing is not a law. It's not something that you're going to be cursed if you don't tithe. It is a means to an end. It is a principle that aligns itself with the principle or the spiritual practice of giving. So those of you who want to work in alignment with that, you can return your tithe here and sow your seed. Do it right now before you forget about it, before you go off and do anything else. Pick up your phone and go ahead and give your offering tonight. Give your seed tonight. Return your tithe tonight. Do it right now. Do it right now. And we'll look forward to seeing all of you again really, really soon. I don't know. I may come on I know I'm supposed to come on Thursday, but I may come on some more during the week. I'm feeling such a strong urgency in the spirit about movement, about recognizing that you are good enough, powerful enough, and talented enough so that you can step into this next movement, this next place. Your next is far greater than your now. Ooh, shy. I said your next is far greater than your now. I said I was going to stop. I'm going to stop. Your next is far greater than your now. If you don't believe nothing else I said tonight, you believe this. Write that down. Your next is far greater than your now. And you can get to your next whenever you get ready. You're not waiting on God. God's waiting on you. You're the God that you're waiting on. All right. Let me stop. I'm through. Good night, everybody. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you for tuning in. And be sure to catch us every Sunday at 7 p.m. for empowerment.
That we are a unique expression.
Every Thursday at 7 p.m. for momentum.
The creation of God and the God who created him.
Once again, be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. And we'll see you next time.